how can NSA change this or help this?
So the work that we're doing is we recognize and we're aware that the shape, position, and tone of your body is consistent with how you experience the world, and it's consistent with how you show up, how you view the world and your emotions. So people come and see us, they're like, hey, I want something different. I want a different relationship. I want a different career. I want a different life. I want things to be different. And they realize that they're not showing up the best way, so to speak. So if they could change how they show up, they're like, hey, that makes sense to me that it might make a difference on how, what life gives them. So what Network does, Network Care, is we know how to work with your reality filter so you see it different. We make that more available. I don't force someone to feel something different or to view it different. I instead create flexibility in the system so that you have options. Because I would think you and I would agree that you don't choose to show up fearful. You don't choose to not trust. You don't choose to have that perspective. It's just what you go into by default. So if we could increase your range and flexibility and make it just as available, then you can show up however you want.
So it's like shifting people's perception.
Shifting their perception. And if you see it different, your behavior is going to be different. Your emotions are going to be different.
Like what type of effects do you see on the people you work on?
I see huge emotional changes. Not because I'm trying to change their emotion, but I'm trying to change their reality filter and how they experience the world. Because people that are angry, anger is typically when someone has a pattern where they're fearful, they feel they're not enough. And they learn that if they use anger, and anger is a very effective means of controlling their environment, that way they feel safe. But typically the people who use anger in that way, they have no idea that not only are they ripping themselves off, but it's not even a masculine way to show up. The masculine never shows up like that. The masculine shows up solid, grounded, and strong. And by showing up with anger all the time, they're destroying the relationship. The woman doesn't trust the man who shows up with anger. The kids have high tension and have neurological issues because they don't feel safe, because dad's basically assuming that's the situation, that dad's showing up in a way that he's unintentionally communicating that he doesn't have his shit together. He doesn't have his emotion together. So the kids feel unsafe. So their tension is high. So he's not only screwing up himself, his relationship, but he's screwing up his kids. But that description of what I'm sharing with people, it doesn't put all the blame on the man. What it does is it puts all the power for change into the man. And if the man is willing to take that responsibility in life and in relationship, he can literally transform his whole family. So the care that we're doing is nothing short of transformative for the people that come in and follow my recommendations. Mm-hmm. They definitely experience that.
Very interesting. I bet you've had like crazy stories of people.
Oh my God, I had crazy stories.